Professor Doofy, will this be on the final? Maybe, maybe not, but it will be in episode 76 of the Doofy Doo Talk Through of Shiren, the Wanderer. Hey there, fellow mystery dungeoneers. I am Doofy Doo, and I am somehow staying alive in this first run of Fate's Final Puzzle. Usually, I would say in the majority of my runs, I am dead by this point, but I've been very lucky so far, finding tons of shops. I'm kind of grotesquely over-leveled because I think I killed a leveled up chainhead, if I remember correctly, maybe a couple, I don't know. So I'm looking pretty good. Well, let me see, this is a lightning staff. I guess I could call it lightning ball. Wait, I almost named a staff its actual name. What kind of madness would that be? I will name it Electric Balls. Taste the sting of my electric balls. My sense of humor is so sophisticated. Last episode, I went over the basic preparation you should make before really seriously attempting to learn how to beat Fate's Final Puzzle. And I said that you should be able to Rice Ball Run Table Mountain, and you should have a basic flowchart. Hey, speaking of balls, I'm gonna get another ball. Perfect timing, too. You should have a good flowchart to ID jars, at least to the point where you know it might be a strengthening jar. And I also said you need to take care of hunger. I have done that already. I have tons of rice balls now. In fact, I think I'm going to eat some of these rice balls. I don't need to carry as many as I have. I need to make some room in my inventory. But there's really, this is a good opportunity where let me ID. Yeah, so one of these is an herb of sight. I know where the traps are. There's a huge room. I don't think any of the enemies on this floor really pose a threat, thanks to my over-leveling. So this is a rare chance for me to grind. I'm going to grind a little bit, because I'm going to eat some rice balls anyway to make room in my inventory. Yeah, what can Low Poly Dancer do? I'm going to eat rice balls, so. A rare chance to do a little bit of grinding. I said in the comments that learning how to beat Fate's Final Puzzle for the first time was like running a marathon, and then I thought, Doofy, you don't know anything about learning how to train for a marathon. You hate running long distances. It's like, oh yeah, you're right, inner voice of Doofy. Maybe it's kind of like writing a novel? And I thought, no, you haven't done that successfully yet either. So I was trying to think, what's something that everyone has done that is comparable? And I realized, duh, final. Learning how to beat Fate's Final Puzzle is like studying for a final exam in high school or college, wherever you remember your final exams. You don't want to just open the book and start reading to study for the final. You need a strategy. You need to kind of know, whoa, what was on previous finals? What are the important things I need to know? So yeah, I'm going to get my max fullness up a little bit. At least back up to 100 because of that little belly seed. I guess I could grind a little more. I don't like to grind too long, but at some point, running up and down this huge room, the winds of Crown are going to blow. Let's see, 85, yeah, I can move on. So this episode, I am going to go over the 5 most important prices you need to know for Fate's Final Puzzle. Remember I said you don't need to memorize all the prices, but it's almost impossible not to memorize some. Alright, I did 20, I need to unequip, so I don't blow this spiky bomb. That's another thing, if you're still dying to spiky bombs, you need to do some more rice ball runs in Table Mountain. Even if you ever die to a spiky bomb, it should be unavoidable. It should be, or like a freak accident where you get knocked back into one or thrown into one. But even then, you should be thinking about that. But back to the top 5 prices. Number 1, obviously, venting, weakening, and strengthening cost 14,000-ish, 13, 14, 15. Hey, this is a restless armband. That's good, I won't need to get a plating scroll. But yeah, venting, weakening, strengthening cost around 14,000, sell for around 4,000. So if you see a jar that costs 14,000-ish, give or take 1,000 or 2, or sells for around 4,000, give or take a few hundred, hold on to that jar. It could be your savior or it could explode in your face. Alright, I got a jar, but I don't need to waste my scroll of identity because I see It is pressable. Remember, that's the first most basic step in the flowchart. Why, you'd have to be some kind of complete moron to skip that step. Oh, I'm so ashamed. It's genius the way they made the venting jar the same price, because if you have one of those jars, you have to carry it with you. You're like, oh, it might be a strengthening jar. But you also know it might blow up the next time I hit a stumble trap. Alright, I'm gonna ID this pressable jar. I know it's a walrus jar or a hey, it's a walrus jar. Or it could have been a Cairo because I already identified the monster jar back on the first floor of the mammals, remember? I can't believe I remembered. Anyway, the second price you need to know. Again, obviously, melding jar. You should know it already. 6,500, 7,000, 7,500-ish. Sells for around 2,000. Yeah, I might as well slow this guy down. You can see I got some fake money too. You can hear the sound is different when you pick it up. So you should know right away. If a jar sells for around 2,000, it might be a melding jar. Hold on to it. Number 3 price, again. This is a price you probably know already from Kitchen God's Cave, but Boo staff sells for around 3,900. As far as the, or you can buy it for 3,900. This is probably a monster house, huh? 2 items and a trap. It's dangerous. What the heck? How bad can it? Oh! Great Caesar's ghost! This is like some kind of horrible roid kitty spiky bomb orgy of death. Oh my gosh. The only worst thing would be if there were like 3 critables and they all like criticaled me at the same time from the top of the room and I just died for no reason. This is why you don't make a monster house on a floor with roid kitties, because they block your exit. Unless you have a staff of switching. But even if you have a switching staff, if a roid kitty is on a floor with gazes or skull demons or death metals, any monster that can wreck your run in a single turn, it's just a bad idea. Don't do it. Don't make a monster house on a floor with roid kitties. Alright, these guys will kill me in a single turn, so I am going to have to use my herb of victory. What a shame. At least I remembered I had it. And now I have 20 turns to get myself out of this situation. Fortunately, spiky bombs, even if they blow, will not do any damage to me. So I think I can try to get out of here. I don't want to destroy all this loot if I don't have to. Again, blocking my exit. Oh no, he leveled up. Alright, I'm not really keeping track of my turns, but I'm sure I've got at least 10 left. I don't like this situation though. I'm gonna blow this spiky bomb, I think. Yeah. Took out a shield and a scroll. Hopefully it wasn't blank scroll or something really awesome. But I already have a good shield. I think it's gonna be okay. The Herb of Victory did its job. I still have a little bit of loot. Didn't destroy the armband. Oh, that's one thing I learned from Black Looper's run. I used to just eat herbs of sight as soon as I found them, unless I was like right by the stairs. But I realized, I knew this logically, but watching his run really drove it home, that herbs of sight are really useful in a monster house. Because if you need to escape in a hurry, it makes things a lot safer. So I could use that monster jar, throw it against the wall, and kill some confused monsters for some more experience, but I'm not going to be greedy. That's something that kills you a lot in Face Final Puzzle. You're just greedy. Either greedy for loot and you stay in a monster house when you shouldn't, or you're greedy for experience and you level up an enemy you shouldn't, or you swing a staff at an enemy, not realizing that, hey, might be a staff of happiness. Maybe I can't handle this monster if it levels up. So don't be a greedy unless you're really desperate. I said before, what was I on? Oh, melding jar. So 7,000, 2,000 for melding jar. Bufu staff. You buy it for 3,900. Selling price not that essential because usually you've ID'd it by the time you're going to sell it. The number 4 price you need to know, and I screwed this one up in a previous episode. I said it was 5,000. No, the Armband of Sight, which is very, very overpowered, and the discount armband are both 8,000. They cost 8,000 and they sell for 2,400. Alright, I gotta be careful. Ooh, critical 32. Alright, I'm gonna attack it. Oh, Doofy. I don't know why I'm being so reckless. Do I have a secret death wish? No, I'm gonna make it. This first run, it's gonna be the luckiest run ever. But obviously, if I had missed that attack and the critical attacked me again, this run would be over. So if I was intelligent, I would have run away a little bit so that he couldn't have killed me with another critical attack. Ah, so careless. What was that? Number 5. The number 5 is the most complicated. You need to know the 6 3K armbands. The 6 3K armbands are Antidote, Anadrain, Calm, Rustless, Sleepless, and Pitchers. And you can test for Pitchers almost instantly. If you see a Sleeping Trap, a Confusion Trap, you can test for Calm and Sleepless pretty easily. Why do you need to know those? Because you need to use a process of elimination. If you get a Sleepless armband and an Anti-Drain armband, Base Final Puzzle is a lot easier. Not necessary, but they're a lot easier. Alright, those are the 5 prices you need to know. You should study those. I will go over 5 additional prices that aren't essential, but are kind of nice to know next time on Shiren, the Wanderer. See you next episode. Goodbye. Rogue. Memorize these prices. Venting, Weakening, Strengthening, 14,000 sells for 4. Melding 7k and 2, 3,900, it's a boofoo. Side and discount cost 8k, 2,400 if you sell them away. One final price is left to teach. The 6 armbands that cost 3k each.
Taste the sting of my electric balls.